Today on VOX, new information on National Cat Day, Tennessee Reconnect, and more. Taylor Lawson will have your local weather, and Aaron Carroll will have your sports.
It's Monday, October 29th, 2018, and you're watching VOX News Today.
Please stand for the pledge of the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon and welcome back. I'm Jay Standridge.
And I'm Gideon Ratcliffe.
Money is often the top barrier standing between students wanting to further their education, but thanks to Tennessee Reconnect, adults who want to go to college don't have to fit the bill. The program offers a full scholarship. It was just so expensive to pay for classes, said Megan Roberts, a first semester Tennessee Reconnect student. In Reconnect, I don't have to worry about a part-time job on the side. I don't have to worry about just juggling a job and 2 kids in school.
At Marsha Blackburn's rally in Nashville, a protester was taken out of the venue for causing a disruption. The protesters yelled, "Impeach Trump," and they kicked and punched. Fox News producer James Donner caught this video.
There were parents, grandparents, brothers, husbands, and wives. The one thing they all had in common was their Jewish faith that brought them to the tree of life of the synagogue Saturday morning, where they lost their lives in the deadliest attack on Jews in American history. Omar Jimenez is in Pittsburgh, where our community is pulling together in face of this tragedy.
2 days after a man walked inside the synagogue behind me and opened fire, makeshift memorials remain outside for the 11 victims. Now, today is the day the suspect is expected to make an initial court appearance, and moments before the shooting unfolded on Saturday, writing on social media that he can't sit by and watch his people get slaughtered. He said, quote, "I'm going in."
What happened yesterday will not break us. It will not ruin us. We will continue to thrive and sing and worship and learn together.
That was the message that leaders had Sunday during a vigil remembering the 11 people killed just 1 day before at the Tree of Life Synagogue.
I pray for you.
Less than 2 miles from the scene of the massacre, crowds spilled out of the memorial hall. The rabbis from the Tree of Life Synagogue led the interfaith vigil.
And continue our historic legacy in this city with the friendliest people that we know.
The alleged shooter will make his first court appearance Monday. He faces 29 federal charges, and the U.S. Attorney in Pittsburgh says he will seek the death penalty.
The fact that this attack took place during a worship service makes it even more heinous. A place of worship is a sacred place.
And Pittsburgh's mayor pledged the city's continued support for the Jewish community.
We will drive anti-Semitism and the hate of any people back to the basement on their computer and away from the open discussions and dialogues around this city, around this state, and around this country.
And again, that initial court appearance expected to happen around 1:30 p.m. Eastern time. And when asked whether this could be considered domestic terrorism, it was U.S. Attorney Scott Brady who said that they would need evidence that the suspect tried to propagate a particular ideology through violence. Reporting from Pittsburgh, I'm Omar Jimenez.
A North Carolina high school is on lockdown after a shooting. Matthews police were called to Butler High School Monday morning. They say an armed student fired at another student. No word on what led to the incident. The victim was taken to the hospital with unknown injuries, and officers arrested the alleged shooter. Police say it was an isolated incident.
Rescuers are searching the scene near Jakarta, Indonesia, after a passenger plane crashed minutes after takeoff Monday. Lion Air flight JT610 was on a short flight from Jakarta to Penang when it disappeared from the radar. The plane was carrying 189 people, including a child and 2 infants. Debris, including life vests and cell phone, has been found in the Java Sea about 30 miles northeast of Jakarta. Authorities have recovered 6 bodies from the water. The agency that oversees air traffic navigation said the flight made a request to air traffic control to return base about 12 miles out from takeoff, but did not indicate that there was an emergency.
The top tourist attraction in the Philippines is back in business. The island of Boracay has reopened after 6 months environmental cleanup. The lack of proper sewage system made worse by increasing number of tourists polluted Boracay's once pristine waters. To prevent the repeat, the government has led to a limit of 6,000 visitors a day, down from almost 20,000, and issued environmental regulations.
The heck with that hoonie about dogs being a man's best friend. It's National Cat Day. This gives you a chance to make sure you let your pet know that he or she, well, the Cat's Meow sponsors of National Cat Day, say this is a good day to adopt a cat or kitten in need of a home. This day was created in 2005 by pet lifestyle expert and animal welfare advocate Colleen Page. Organizers say this movement helped rescue the lives of more than 1 million felines.
Now let's send it over to Taylor with your weather report.
After this break, I'll have information on some northeastern weather and more.
Your wallet's empty, and you've got bills to pay. What do you do?
Stop worrying.
Get the cash you need today at Check Into Cash.
We offer payday advances, auto title loans, and lots of ways to put the cash you need in your pocket today.
And we make it quick, easy, and confidential.
So stop worrying and stop in to Check Into Cash today.
Visit checkintocash.com for the store near you. My father taught me a lot about life, without ever saying a word. When I was a little girl, my friends were all just like me. His never were.
Hello. Didn't you bring them, George? I brought you a... No, I brought them last time. Huh? You're all right. I forgot. All right, so we'll be with...
I used to wonder, why would a Jew, a Christian, and a Muslim ever get together?
It was him!
And then I finally got it. They had a lot more in common than donuts.
Friendship. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
My what? I can't understand you. Hold on, let me help you. Hold on. Let's just get this load off. You okay?
Welcome back, Bradley Central. Let's take a look at your local radar. As you can see, it's pretty clear outside. There's not really anything going on in the Cleveland area. But moving on to our national radar, There's some precipitation in the northeastern part of the country and a little bit more into the northwestern part as well. Moving into some news on the northeastern part of the country, in October, northeaster buffeted New Jersey with whipping winds and rain Saturday. Many coastal towns were enduring heavy flooding, and it was a wet and rainy day in Middlesex County Saturday, but emergency officials said that there were very few calls. Areas like Manasquan, Brielle, and Point Pleasant also saw floodwaters surge into the streets. Office of Emergency Management officials said that the surge in the Manasquan reached high and moderate levels. Now let's take a look at your 7-day forecast. Today it'll be sunny outside with a high of 65 and a low of 41. On Tuesday and Wednesday it'll be partly cloudy outside with highs of 69 and 72 and lows of 53 and 61. Now on Thursday and into more of the early weekend, it'll be ready outside with highs of 66, 59, and 57 and lows of 47 and 40. On Sunday it'll be partly cloudy outside with a high of 61 and a low of 41. Now let's send it over to Aaron with your scores from last night.
NBA and NFL scores, information on the World Series, and more after this break.
No way. That is not happening.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
Smoking as a teen can permanently stunt your lungs, taking the air out of even the biggest and baddest.
Our new hot, fresh breakfast will get you the readiest. Holiday Inn Express, be the readiest.
Now let's take a look at the NBA scores. The Jazz won against the Mavericks 113-104. The Suns lost to the Thunders 110-117, and the Warriors lost to the Nets 120-114. For your NFL scores, the 49ers lost to the Cardinals 15-18. The Broncos lost to the Chiefs 23-30. The Browns lost to the Steelers 18-33. The Buccaneers won against the Bengals 34-37, and the Colts won against the Raiders 42-28. For your NFL finals, New Orleans and Minnesota. Here are the highlights.
Patriots. Up next for the Rams, it's the Saints.
Personal life is far more important than his football life. And his position coach.
He got 3 receivers, including Drew Brees, to the top of the screen. And Hill with a big arm deep downfield. Underthrows a little bit of flag is thrown. That's Thomas coming back to make the catch. And he is inside the 10, pending the call.
Que generalmente lo utilizan para correr.
From the 3. Little shovel to Kamara. And he will end it. 5 wide here on 2nd and 7. Cousins under pressure, throwing, and somehow that is caught by Stephon Diggs. Comes into the slot. Cousins looking, throwing, and that will be Stephon Diggs. Touchdown. Brings up deep. Flea flicker. Cousins going deep. Wide open is Thielen. To the 18. Was he touched back? Give it to him. Leaps into the end zone for a Minnesota touchdown.
Está Drew Brees
under pressure, intercepted at the 32 by Harrison Smith. Stephen Weatherly was the guy with the pressure on Brees, and that is the first interception of the season. Pass caught by Thielen. And he loses the ball at the 13-yard line, and it's picked up. If it's a live ball, and it appears to be at this particular point, you got Lattimore coming the other way, and he'll take it to the 32-yard line. Goes Kamara for the touchdown.
American jumped over the top of everything. Took a shot to his head twice.
For the World Series, the Red Sox won against the Dodgers 5-1. Here are the highlights.
An hour. When he's been good, he's thrown more curveballs and establishing that.
And as Pierce hits one in the air to left center field, back at the wall, there will be no 0. Pierce has got another. 2-0 Boston in the first. Through 88 pitches. As Freeze flies one into right, pretty well hit. Back at the wall, gone. 2-1 as David Freeze jumps the first pitch. And there's life in L.A. Strategically, 2-2. High fly ball into left. Back at the wall. It is gone. Back to buckle down now. High fly ball into center. Back at the wall. It is gone. Martinez goes deep. 4-1 Boston here in the 7th. 0-1 the count. High fly ball into left. Back at the wall. He's got another. How about Steve Pierce? Second of the game. They're making Tony C's happy back in boss. Hop on down. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. Red Sox win the World Series. 5-1 the final tonight. And the best team in baseball wins it all in 2018. His efforts in 2018, incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. When a team leaves spring training, you want to have the edge in as many categories as possible. And they literally had the edge. Offensively, starting pitching, defense, with their legs, speed, and even their bullpen.
Now let's take a look at the play of the day. The Colts and the Raiders early action, and in early action, Andrew Luck's looking for Mo Cox, goes up and makes a spectacular one-handed catch for the touchdown. Check out the replay as Ali Cox does his Beckham impression for the score. That's the play of the day. Come support the Bears this Friday. They're going off to face Science Hilltoppers in Johnson City. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. That's all for me. Now let's take a look at your school announcements after this break.
2600.
Our new hot, fresh breakfast will get you the readiest.
Yes.
Holiday Inn Express. Be the readiest.
Life happens. Whether it's car trouble, medical bills, or other expenses, Check Into Cash has a new flexible loan solution. Introducing the Flex Loan. The Flex Loan is an open line of credit. You control how much you borrow with flexible payment options. If you need a payday advance, we offer those too, because true flexibility is the ability to choose. For life's little emergencies, we're your one-stop money shop.
Welcome back, Riley Central. Let's take a look at your school announcements.
The ACT retake is tomorrow morning. Go to eHall to find your name and to know what room you will be in for the test.
Week 1 of Drama Central's production of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory has ended, but there's still a chance to see a world of pure imagination. Ticket prices are $12 for general admission and $8 for students and senior citizens. Show times are as follows: November 1st and 2nd at 7 p.m., November 3rd and 4th at 2 p.m. There will be a school show on October 30th starting at 10. We are online on YouTube at BCHS VOX News.
You can also check us out on Facebook, WTNB, and of course, VoxNews.net.
You just can't get enough of Vox.
That's all we have for you today, Bradley Central.
And as always,
God bless and go Bears.